All right, so this one's definitely out here for the masculines. Out there, my divine masculines. I just threw cards and they fell out like a bow tie. And I'm just staring at it and my team's like, tidy it up. That's what I keep hearing, tidy it up. And they're talking about the need to pull yourself together, but not in that overtly masculine way. They're talking about pull yourself together, like balance out your shit. And they keep playing this this Kevin Gates song, and I'll try to look it up after this. I just don't remember the name of it. But there's two specific lines that they keep playing on repeat in my head, and it's the like, sometimes I don't feel like living, pain be running deep. And then the very next lyric after that they play is like, I have a fear of being vulnerable, which translates into aggression. And they just keep saying that on repeat. And they're talking about how this masculine, dude, your lows are low. Your lows are so low. They get down in the dark and you feel sometimes trapped by the weight of your own soul, is the way that I want to say that. Trapped by the weight of your own soul. And sometimes it feels as though the light might not be there. And they're just talking about, because of this, you've actually done a little bit of self-sabotage, but a lot of bit of self-sabotage is the way they're saying it. You've put yourself in situations with people and in places that don't serve you, but that do lend to that fiery ego that comes from ignoring your pain. And that's the way they're saying it, that comes from ignoring your pain. And they're talking about, for the longest of times, you've ignored some very large parts of yourself. And they're saying it's time to now bring things back into balance. We have you out here as a King of Wands in reverse, and they're just talking about how it's really tying me back to self-sabotage. How you've sabotaged a lot about yourself, your life, your emotions, and your fire. You have kind of lended so much into the fire of things, and that's great because passions, but almost to the fact that you're self-destructive. Your fire has burnt almost a hole in yourself because it's had no water. It's had no emotion. It's had no feelings behind it, because I want to say that at one point in time, you were told you were too emotional and things hurt too much. So you flipped a switch, and I call it the humanity switch. You flipped a switch and you just didn't have to deal with that anymore. But when that switch was flipped and those emotions weren't on and those feelings weren't going, a lot of things bypassed as okay that weren't okay. And we have the Two of Pentacles out here, and you're being asked to find some physical balance and to reground yourself. There's a part of standing up for yourself, which is what you need to do right now. And the King of Wands again. There's a part of standing up for yourself is what you need to do right now. But it's not without the rest of yourself. Like, literally, these are the two cards that just fucking fell out. It's the King of Cups and the King of Swords. You need the other parts of yourself as well. And this is what they're asking you to do in order to free yourself from the pain of the prison you've put yourself in. Because that's this right here. In order to free yourself from the pain of the prison that you've put yourself in, it is required for you to have all of you. So that's the cups, that's the wands, that's the swords, and that's the pentacles. But they're asking you to start with your pentacles, because there's something about your air energy, and there's something about your thoughts that gets very... I'm hearing the word amplified, that gets very amplified. And if it's not grounded and it's not kept in check, you will be spun into a whirlwind of, I'm going to call it depression. I'm going to call it depression, because your thoughts can get fairly nasty, is the way that they're saying it. Your thoughts can get fairly nasty. And there's a part to your energy being the King of Cups. There's a part to that energy they want you to tap into, but they want you to use the softer side of it. They really want you to use your Queen of Cups. They really want you to use your Queen of Cups to help balance it out, because there's a part of rooted foundations and bringing the two halves together as a whole that's going to help you heal this heart of yours. And there's something about the need to move forward and the need to heal the pieces of you that are in utter turmoil, because you're a big-hearted person and you can't continue to keep going around without your heart. And that's really what they're getting at here, is it's been too long. And a lot of the things that that made you vulnerable and people used to pick on, or you felt made you weaker, you put that aside. And now we're just aggression. Now we're just anger. Now we're just ego. And they're talking about how that's not the kind of forward they want you to have. You're missing the balance there. And I feel like you're a really big person on balance. I feel like you strive for balance. You really do. But there's this like inner part of feeling left out, or just not fulfilled. It's like it's like an inner left out. It's not even like someone's doing this to you. It's literally like you just feel like you're lacking something. The Queen of Cups in reverse again. And they're just talking about how you tried to start so many times, talking about fucking balance, Two of Cups. You tried to start something like this so many times, but it just seems to fall short for you. That's the way I want to say it. It's because you're in an environment that's not necessarily conducive. So when it gets uncomfortable, right? When you get to a vulnerability part where it gets uncomfortable, you shy away from it. And they're asking you not to shy away from it. This is part of your Fool card. This is part of your new beginning. This is part of your healing, is to not shy away from it, but to run toward it. But they're telling you that's a decision you're going to have to make, because there's a part of you that is desperately asking to be released, desperately asking to come back into balance. And they just keep talking about how when your vulnerabilities aren't expressed, aren't given space or time to exist with inside you, it translates into not some healthy ways, into not healthy decisions, into not healthy behavior, attitude, the things that you say and the choices that you make. And the aggression really here is a lot to do with the fire energy being out of balance. They want you to look at the way that you judge yourself in a different way, because not a single part of your vulnerabilities is weak. It's not. It's actually needed to forge a strong bridge. So I don't know why we're saying that, but to forge a strong bridge. I want to tell you this card is just staring at me. I want to tell you it starts and ends with the heart space. That's what I want to tell you for you specifically. It starts and ends with the heart space. I hope this helps. The Masculine 656. I will see you guys later. Bye.